Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name's Justin, and you are watching The Art of Repair, but a little bit different. We have absolutely started the amazing journey all over the world to visit repair shops everywhere and give them free training. And I thought there would be not a single better place to start this than Dangit Repair. I don't know if y'all can see that right here, Dangit Repair in Nashville, Tennessee. And there's something super special about this shop, and y'all gonna have to bear with me. I'm playing with the GoPro now. This is all pretty new to me. Right here, Dangit Repair. This is my brother Max. What's up? You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if y'all knew this, but my brother is also a level 3 technician. My whole family's in on this repair game. It is what it is, you know what I'm saying? So what we're actually gonna do today, and what I think is kind of fun, would be to go in here and take a look at microscope heads and just kind of go over some of the information about how to set them up and just some of the information you need to make the right decisions when you're buying a microscope for your repair shop. But either way, this is the big kickoff. And not only that, we're kicking off the brand new website where you can pick up all the tools directly from me. That's right. We're gonna head on in here, we're gonna have some fun, and we're gonna see what happens.
Before you even get started, I'm just gonna tell you, come inside, and it's cold out here, and let's go talk about some microscopes.
Okay, well, guys, I was actually going to tell y'all we were going to come inside and look at some microscopes, but it looks like my brother beat me to it. So with that being said, we are inside Dangit Repair in Nashville, Tennessee, like I was just saying, with my brother Max.
What's up?
Da-da-da-dun. And we're going to be talking about these microscope heads today because, in my opinion, there is a lot of confusion about these two things right here. And the fact that, while they look similar, they are absolutely not. So we're gonna be going over what they are, we're gonna be going over how to set them up, what each individual piece is, and then, you got it right, we're gonna be taking a look here at the camera setups, because I'm gonna tell you right now, I think you guys see and you know that there is something a little bit off about this setup. So with that being said, let's just dive right in here, and we're gonna start right here at the bottom. So let's see how this first person mode works out and everything. Down here at the bottom, we are going to have our microscope light. There are lots of different microscope lights out there. They are not all created equal. Some of them are very bright, some of them are not. So, yeah, these are pretty basic. We're just going to actually unplug that for just a second here and set it to the side. And we're going to look down here at the bottom of the microscope head, okay? This is a Simufocal Microscope head, meaning that you can see through both of the eyepieces as well as the camera at the exact same time, okay? So like I said, right down here at the bottom, we have a lens. This is called a Barlow Lens. What this is gonna do is it's gonna magnify based on what is on the front here, 0.5x. It's gonna multiply everything in the head by that number, and there you go. It's basically an overall lens. It's gonna do its thing for the entire setup, whereas maybe you have a couple different lenses up here, down there, reduction lenses, so on and so forth, that do things. This one is going to take everything all at once and either condense it or expand it based on how whatever the settings are. Now, with that being said, the 0.5x Barlow is the absolute 100% recommended Barlow for microsoldering. The reason for that is because it gives you a lot of working room right here, okay? When you come in and you're using your iron or using your hot air, anything like that, if you end up using like a 2x, a 1x, anything like that, you're gonna end up going farther and farther down until your Barlow lens, or the lack thereof, is gonna be preventing you from doing your work. So I always recommend the 0.5x Barlow, and to be honest, all that does is screw in. That's it. It's just a quick screw in. So you guys might be familiar with this. There may be a lot of people out there that got their microscopes and it looks just like this. It's way smaller and you're not sure why. You got to be so close. You're out of focus. It's the Barlow right here. This is important. Okay. So let's go ahead and put that bad boy back on there. I don't know if I can get it back on there. Well, there we go. You know, if you're making a video, it's never gonna work. As is tradition. Exactly, all right. So with that being said, normally down here at the bottom, depending on the Barlow lens you get, you could actually end up having a secondary cover. This one doesn't have the secondary cover on it, but that secondary cover is literally, it's a 0x. All it is like a glass piece just to protect the internal lenses. So now that we've gone over that, let's move up the body here. Like I said, this is a simufocal unit. A simufocal unit, like I said, means you can see through both eyepieces and the trinocular camera port at the same time. Now, we're gonna come over here to this amp scope, and I'm gonna show y'all something, okay? Now, I know that if you have been watching my channel, you know that I'm about to show you something. What is that? I'll tell you what that is. That is Amscope using whatever they can to manufacture these heads as cheaply as possible. This used to be a trinocular head. Now, what does that say? That says that everything on the inside here is probably about the same, minus one or two small parts in here that makes it a simufocal, okay? So while this one is a simufocal, it's using the body of the trinocular, okay? Now, the reason I bring that up is because everybody wants to talk about all this Amscope quality, but I kind of feel like that's some low quality nonsense right there. Now, if we're talking about that low quality nonsense, I think it's important that we talk about something super important here. In terms of quality, you guys see here that we have a camera, and it is very, very short. There's not a lot of wiggle room. It's not bouncing all over the place. In fact, as long as this is still working, there we go. You know, things don't work when you're trying to show them to people. So the deal is, now that you've got this thing in here and you don't have any wiggles, right, you're not going to get any out of focus issues whenever you're working around, or maybe you're moving the head around or something like that. It's not going to go out of focus. Now, when you look at something like, did you see that, guys? This thing just wiggles. It just wiggly, 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 okay? And you're constant. In fact, I was literally just talking to Max about this.
Yeah, no, the most thing I hate about this thing is this little point right here. Right here, it allows you to adjust it up and down so you can get it in focus. But it doesn't matter how much I tighten it, I can take my freaking pliers and just crank it down. It still slowly goes down over time and gets out of focus.
Yeah, it's basically the most annoying thing ever. Now, with that being said, this is just an air gap, okay? You've got multiple different things set up here. I mean, let's take this out. Let's start at the top here and work our way down, and then we're gonna move over to this one, just so we can see the difference here. So we've got the full camera set up here, but you guys can actually see right here that this is a secondary optic, okay? So we've got 1, 2, 3 big old things. And what you end up getting with that, let's see if we can actually see it here on this other, I don't know if y'all can see that. Can you move it around a little bit over there, Max?
Yeah,
all right, so if you guys take a look here at the screen, this is an Amscope camera. Yeah, just move it around a little bit and you can see up near the FPCs.
Like just up and down.
Yeah, but you know, it's all over the place. It's jittery, it's bouncy, and if we move the head even a little bit, you can see the whole thing moves around, okay? We don't like that. So if we move over, and sorry guys, I'm trying to do the whole GoPro on the jacket thing here. Hopefully this is all looking good and working out here. If we take a look here at the camera unit on my trinocular head, we'll see that it's much, much shorter. We've actually taken this entire setup over here and it is shrunk into one piece of glass on one single adjustment adapter, okay? This is called a reduction lens. What it's actually doing is taking the image from the sensor and reducing it so that it works properly with the optics inside here, okay? This is a 0.35x reducing lens. Now, something that people never really, I don't know how if y'all can see this. Let me unplug this and let's get in here. We talked about this in another video, but if you look here at the bottom of the camera, there's a little adapter. I don't even know if I can get it off. It's pretty tight up in there right now. But moral of the story is this 5mm, hopefully that's in focus, this 5mm C-mount adapter is actually going to be the thing that fixes a lot of microscope cameras because they are set to a different focal length internally to the actual camera itself. This is why I'm always complaining and moaning on the internet about this, the actual camera, the reduction lens, and the head all being mated at the factory, meaning they've been checked, they've been turned on, you can see the image, and it's not out of focus. So people end up buying these cameras, they end up sticking them on here all the way up at the top, and it's out of focus, so they start doing the thing. It's a big nonsense nightmare mess. But then when you come over here, we've got this one single locked-in adapter with a C-mount, fixed C-mount extension tube adapter, and we're locked in tight. So with that being said, we can see here that there are some major differences between this scope and this scope. The quality of this one, like I said, they're kind of hiding here what they're up to, you know what I'm saying, is definitely not even close to the same as what we have over here. So now that we've got that out the way, I think it's actually kind of important for us to take a look over at the software that's being used so that you guys can see how to set this stuff up. Like I said, this is not the greatest one. You guys can see over here. Let me see if I can actually focus this one again. Give me just a second, guys. Yeah, I think my brother's got it.
Hey, you gotta spin it away so I can see the photo.
There we go. So, you know, when you go online and you buy from Amscope or any of these major companies and they sell you something like this for more money than somebody who would sell you something like this, you already know they're not looking into it. You already know they don't care. You know what I'm saying? So let's take a look over here and let's get this software set up. So right now it's working and everything. Oh no, we unplugged it. I was like, did we just break this thing? No, we just forgot to plug it back in. Yeah, and then give it light. All right, let's.
Here, I'll do that if you want to keep talking.
Let's. Yeah. All right. So all I did, guys, was I plugged in the USB 2 over here. This is not a USB 3 camera. It's going to output 1080p at 30 FPS over USB 2, just directly like a webcam. So it's going to come right over here. And what I'm using is OBS, which is Open Broadcaster, okay? When you start it fresh, you're not going to have anything down here. You can literally add a scene. You can add a source. And if we go here to the source, you can see that it is, all I had to do was just pick which one it was. It is a USB camera. Hopefully that'll reset it now that I've plugged it back in. Just kidding.
JK.
JK, everybody. If you ever had these problems, just deactivate, reactivate. Easy. All right. Okay. Now, look at the difference. I'm going to be shaking the top of the camera, okay? So we're shaking the top of the camera. There's no actual out of focusness. There's no weird stuff going on. We are good to go. You guys see how stable that is? You guys see how unstable that is? It's a huge difference. Now, I think another thing that really confuses people is they'll say, well, you know, Justin, I got all this stuff. In fact, maybe I got it from you at your website. All you got to do is go to shop.artof.repair and you can go pick this setup by the way up. You know, you're saying, hey, I got this from you, but now what? Everything's still out of focus. Well, that's the cool part, because I'm going to show you real quickly how to set this thing up so that anybody can use it. It's not that big of a deal. The first thing that we're going to do is, like I said, remember this Barlow down here? This needs to be set 165 millimeters from the work area. If you have a preheater, make sure you account for that, okay? Let's see here, adjust this. I just want to make sure my camera's good here. We're good? Okay. So anyway, 165 millimeters from this spot right here, but this is very, very important. This is the key, the absolute key to calibrating your microscope so that it's not all over the place. You see right here? Okay, we got the focusing rack, right? Then right here, we have the fine, well, I guess this would be not the fine tuned, this would be the fine tune. This would be more of like a gross optical zoom, right? So what we want to do is right now we're at 4.5 and we see that it goes to 0.07. What we're going to do is we're going to put it directly in the middle, right? So we could just say right around 2.5 or something like that. It's not that big of a deal. We're in the middle. This is very important. Same over here. Let's go ahead and put this in the middle. So bottom, top, center. Understood? Once these are together, lined up in the center, then you will measure this to 165 millimeters and you will adjust it either back here by unscrewing this and moving it up or down, or B, you can do it back here by unscrewing this and locking this mechanism any way you want. Now, if we go over to the smaller unit here, all you got to do is adjust this back unit back here, up or down. Like I said, midway through 165 millimeters. You will always be in focus. But I'll tell you right now, that's not everything. okay? I think it's actually more important to learn how to look through these, okay? Now, you'll notice on basically all of these stereo microscopes that these actually move. Not only that, but these actually move too. So we've got eyepiece calibration, and I guess it's still eyepiece calibration. It's just one whole...
Eye distance calibration.
Yeah, it's eye distance would be from here to here, and that's actually another really good point. That is the third thing. Is it? What's it called? I don't know if there's any optometrists out there, but what's the distance between the eyes? What is that called? I don't know. Anyway, yes. So the distance between the eyes, the focus of the eyes, right? And then this is super important: the distance from the actual eyepiece that you are sitting. Okay. When you buy these things, they generally come with little eye cups here. Those eye cups, in my opinion, are just a guide. That guide is to say, hey, play with this a little bit, and then after a while, you'll notice that they wrap back down over. Push them back down. You don't need them. They are a practice tool. In my opinion, you don't need them, and I think after a little bit of time, you don't even have to worry about it. Some people use them forever, and you know what? If you want to, go ahead. They do block out light on the side, but for me personally, I even wear glasses. It's a big help. So let's go ahead. Let's learn how to calibrate this. Now, first thing that you need to do is you're going to put your eyes up here, and like I said, from the side here, you can see that just a little bit of distance, maybe half an inch or so, and you can kind of fish back and forth. The thing is, you're looking for a circle, and it's going to get bigger or smaller and kind of move itself around, right? The deal is you want to kind of lock it right in the center, right? And now you see we've got two circles here, okay? You're going to get two circles, one on each side, and it's going to be all over the place. You're going to be so confused. Then what you're going to do, these right here, they adjust in and out. And what's going to happen is you're going to adjust that circle on top of itself. I don't know if you can see that right. So the two eye circles are going to go whoop on top of each other. So the combination of the width between your eyes, right here we can focus, okay? And then the distance coming off, that is the key to getting these things calibrated correctly for yourself. Anybody who sits down at your microscope is going to have to change all this. That's a given. It's not that big of a deal. The truth is, if you know how to set this, every time you do it, it's only going to take 1 millisecond to do. You're going to jump right in there and whoop, 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 and you're going to be good to go. So, like I said, calibrating this for the eyes, the distance between, the actual focal distance here, you can see on the side, these go up, these go down. Always start them in your bottom position down here, and then work them out as needed. In fact, you could probably even keep them here and then work from there. Now, the final thing that would need to be calibrated would end up being up here, this reduction lens. Now, the cool thing about this one versus if we went with one of these ones is when you calibrate something like this, you're kind of looking at everything, and you see it's all wiggly and movie and crappy and stuff, and you guys heard what my brother was saying. No matter what, you're going to have to be real weird with it, and you see here it's kind of like it's not even really fine-tuned, right? Where when you come over here, like I said, you'll have that C-mount adapter, and that's not needed for everybody. Only if you have focusing issues where if you put this on here and you don't get any focus, you put one of these on there. All my cameras come with a C-mount adapter already attached to it. You don't have to worry about that. Then you'll focus this first, okay? You will focus whatever it is on your eyes. Then you will come over and you will focus on the TV with this, okay? So let's see if we can get a quick example of that. All right. So right now we're all kinds of out of focus on the camera itself. So let's go ahead and let's get this thing locked into a proper focus. So it's going to be hard for you guys to see, but I'm going to come in myself. I don't know if maybe y'all can see here. I'm going to come in myself. I'm going to adjust till the circle comes together. My focus on the eyepieces are fine. I know my distance is fine. I'm going to lock in the focus on here. Okay, so I've got it with the tension knob back here. All right, now if we look over here, it's out of focus, but for me, it's in focus. So all we do now is we turn the knob. Ta-da! Bum-ba-da-dum. We are in focus. It was that easy. And really at this point, the hardest thing about picking out a microscope is gonna be which base stand that you want to take home with you. You know what I'm saying? We don't even have the third one here. There's actually an articulating arm that comes off and hangs off too. So, you know, if you want something small that you can take, you can just literally hang out and take it up front and help anybody you want, take it back here, do whatever. You want something super mobile, you're going to want this little baby one. Also, they're super light. and easy to ship. You know what I'm saying? But you can also pick up the double stereo boom stand here. It's super heavy. You can take it off the desk, which is a huge awesome thing. I don't know if this one's set up to do that right now, but the deal is you can actually take these off the desk and kind of look under, I don't know if we can see that, under like ports and stuff like that. These are great for that. I have trouble recommending the articulating arm ones just because they shake a lot, but there's a lot of people out there that like them, and there are use cases for them. So like I said, you want something super light, cheap, low shipping, bam. This is your boy right here, you know what I'm saying? You want something that's gonna get it done and last you for the rest of your career? Boom, the big old stand right here is gonna work it for you. But other than that, I do believe I have drabbled on long enough today. I hope that you guys picked up some information from this video and you are able to, I don't know, get a microscope now and just enjoy the crap out of having a microscope and using it for every single thing possible, because I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not just for micro soldering. If you're a refurbisher, if you're just doing level 2 repair, it is a great thing to have. And yeah, I guess the final thing to say is, let me take this thing off here. There we go. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out this whole GoPro thing. Let's see if it's actually looking right there. All right. I guess the final thing to say here, and one of the things that I really wanted to launch this whole tour off is, hey, I just launched my brand new website where you can directly go and buy this stuff now. Like, the last time we talked, I was looking for vendors, trying to get people to carry this stuff for me, and I realized, you know what? I'm gonna do that, but it makes more sense to just have my own warehouse so that I can ship to you guys directly. You know what I mean? Like, I really want to travel the world and go teach you guys and have fun and do all this and everything like that, but I'll be perfectly honest, I'm definitely gonna need your support. And you know, the best way that you can do that is, number one, like, subscribe, notify, all that fun stuff. But number two, support me through my website, shop.artof.repair. That's actually the landing page. All you got to do is go there, tell them where you're at. It'll direct you to the right website that you'll be able to get the stuff from me, because I am going to have multiple different websites depending on where it's at. Like right now, we've got the European warehouse ready to go, locked up. Make an order, you're good to go. In fact, this is really cool. So something that I didn't really know much about was the fact that most vendors actually charge on top with shipping. Huh. You're telling me that we're paying for the parts and they're still charging on top and profiting on the shipping? Well, let me tell you something. The Art of Repair is not. We have got some amazing shipping deals to the United States from Europe. I know, don't kill me. Please, I'm trying really hard to get the American warehouse set up. In fact, that is why I have started the tour early. I'll tell you, this van is not even done yet. Look, let me tell you, this van is not even, the door is locked, almost ran into it. Yeah, they're both. I literally almost just ran into the door.
We're closed, dude.
Apparently we're closed now. But anyway, more of the story is, I am so excited about this whole thing. I'm so excited about this whole thing that I went ahead and I just drove out with the van. I didn't even do anything to it yet. I don't even care. I just want to go visit people. I want to go have fun. I want to show you guys all kinds of free stuff. I want to take all the tools and I want to bring them to your shop and show you and let you see them and feel them and decide and make your own decisions. Like, shop.artof.repair. I love every last one of y'all. If you need anything, let me know. And hopefully this video, while being a little bit different format, hopefully I'll be able to refine and we'll be able to visit all kinds of amazing shops. So if you haven't already, let me know down below what you think, what's going on. Let me know if you want me to visit you. I'm going to be heading back to Tucson in a couple weeks. So Nashville to Tucson, if you're in between, let me know. I will catch y'all later.